Just for fun.
Okay.
Just for funsies.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Hey friends, it's time for another new episode of the Two Clouded Mind Show with your favorite hosts, Chris.
I have a very caveman brain.
And Dave.
He's falling apart in front of our eyes.
Subscribe to the Two Clouded Mind Show on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Two Clouded Minds, baby. I love you guys. Oh my God, you're meant to do that.
What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. We're back. It may look a little weird to you.
Most of us are back. Yeah, most of us are back.
Most of us are back. So we're going to call this the Two Clouded Mind Show, as always, but we're going to call this the KCDC Show.
KCDC coming at you. Yeah, welcome.
Hell yeah.
Hello
dude.
and welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. It's a for the people who are watching this, of course, this is a time travel episode. So we're recording this on the Friday, the second day of the NFL draft. And why is that important? Because I'm sick. I'm sick in the head. That's why it's important. Because I have a major problem that I can't kick, and it's called NFL football. But yeah, so we had.
Well, you had.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at your T-shirt. You had a banner day yesterday. You had your draft. The Knicks apparently they won.
They won by by one basket. They won by 2 points. I wore this shirt for Demon Metis. I know Metis is watching right now. Hey Metis, 2-1, baby, 2-1. We got one on the road. I know you were feeling good after you caught one in MSG, but guess what? We got one on the road now too. We're back to even. Now what? That's right.
And this is a best of 7.
Best of 7, yeah. The basketball playoffs are a lot of fun. They last forever. See, like the NBA basketball is funny because there's 82 games in the regular season, right? But then there's, which is a lot of games. You play a bunch of games so that you get a really good idea of who, what the better teams are. The more games you play, the better opportunity you have. Like same with baseball. Baseball, they play 162 games. They want to do that so that they can get through and really give yourself the largest sample size to see who's the best team, right? So that makes sense. But the thing about the NBA playoffs is there's 30 teams in the NBA, and like 20 of them make the playoffs. So like 2/3 of the league gets into the playoffs. So to me, it's just way too many teams. So you basically have like the regular NBA season, and then you have the NBA postseason, which is months long, and there's 20 teams in it. So it's like the regular NBA season is just like a formality. It's like the the 82 game regular season in the NBA is like the preseason. All you got to do is just get yourself into the playoffs. And then in the playoffs, like right now, the playoffs start in April. They don't finish till June. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's months long.
How many teams are left?
Well, it's the first round of the playoffs. So right now, so there's 10 teams.
Everybody.
10 teams made it in on the East. 10 teams made it in on the West. But then there's a play-in tournament. So 2 of those teams get eliminated. So right now we're down to 8-8. And then the 8-8, they play their 7-game series, and then it goes down to 4, and so on and so forth. So like the process for the NBA playoffs is months long, and so many Chris, 2/3 of the teams in the league make the playoffs. It's like it's a joke.
That's crazy.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's like the closest thing to a participation trophy that American sports can offer you.
Just gonna say that's a participation trophy.
Yeah. So like they have it's called the play-in game. So the 7, 8, 9, and 10 teams, they play in a play-in game. So it's like a little elimination tournament before the tournament to get down. So it goes from 10 teams. From 10 teams, we get down to 8 teams. And then when we get to 8-8, then we go for fucking 2 months. 7-game series by 7-game series by 7-game series. So yeah, so it's just it's a really long way to say we're in the throes of NBA playoff season, and my Knicks are beating Metis' Pistons currently, as we stand right now, 2 games to 1. So there you go. What's up, Metis? How you doing, Metis? I hope you're feeling better. But the thing is, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be totally different. Like the series will be much closer to being over. Like by the time this episode comes out, one of these 2 teams may be on the brink of elimination. So and to be fair, like all credit due to the Pistons. They're a good team. Like they're not a pushover. This is a tough series for the Knicks. It's not like, oh, we're gonna beat. There's a very reasonable chance that the Pistons win the series. I'm not like just sitting here being like, oh, the Knicks are the best. They're gonna win. I have a future on the Knicks, which I do not feel very comfortable with. What happened? Are you tripping?
No, so
You tripping?
no, I'm not. I promise. I have to work tonight, so I can't do that. But I was just looking, and there's a wire that goes to my clock that goes down to the outlet, and the wire was just moving. And that's why I stopped and looked at it. I was like, wait a minute, is that really moving? And it was shaking. It must be. It must be.
I wonder if the ghosts got evicted from the studio too.
Maybe.
The ghosts were in the studio, and then when we got evicted, they got evicted. They haunted some of your stuff, and now your stuff is haunted. That's the only explanation.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. That logic tracks.
Yeah, that's the only reasonable explanation, obviously.
I definitely have cursed items. I mean, it's fucking cursed.
That is a little creepy. Like, yeah, that like your soul may end up in that picture after you die.
Oh my God, what was that? The Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2 or something?
Vigo.
Vigo.
Yeah,
that's right. I am Vigo.
Yeah, you could be. Man, oh man,
That'd be a fun Halloween costume.
to walk around like with
You
the
get a
big
group of-
big painting, and your face just sticks through the big
Yeah.
painting. That would be dope. You'd be getting in everybody's way.
Then you get a couple buddies. Yeah, fuck them. But then you get a couple buddies to dress up like the Ghostbusters. You get a whole group going.
Yeah, yeah. You got to be the painting of Vigo. That's actually a pretty good idea. Don't do that though if you're going to go to a bar, because you're going to be banging into people all over the place. They're going to hate you. They'll think it's funny for 2 seconds, and then everybody's going to hate you.
Yeah. It's gonna get rude real quick.
That's an outdoor costume only.
Yeah, it's not proper bar etiquette.
So,
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
I had a question for you.
Shoot.
Do you think that there are more hospitals
Are you reading this question
or
off of?
McDonald's? Well, it was in my notes, so I just read it.
Do you know the
real
correct
quick, just
answer to
make
this?
sure I do.
Okay, so more hospitals or McDonald's
In the U.S.
in the United States? Are there more hospitals or McDonald's?
or McDonald's.
I'm going to say McDonald's is.
That's a valid answer.
I want to say that
there
because
are
like the McDonald's are smaller and they're easier to put up, and you don't need to like you can hire people for a McDonald's a lot easier than you can hire people for a hospital. So that's just probably easier to get a McDonald's up and running.
qualifications and whatnot. Yeah.
So what do we
Their
got?
McDonald's has 1.5 times more locations than hospitals in the United States. That's
Knew it.
crazy, dude.
Nailed it.
They're keeping each other in business.
Well, the McDonald's are definitely keeping the hospitals in business. I guess if the hospital saves the people, then they're probably keeping the McDonald's in business too. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me much. 1.5 times, so that's good. So that's a good thing. If there was like 5 times as many McDonald's as hospitals, that would start to be alarming. You know, like I think we would probably have
That would be.
you'd have overflow at the hospitals at that point. You have a lot of obese people in the hospitals dying from their chicken McNuggets.
And not to be harsh, but it's true. I mean, we are already an obese country.
Oh, for
we
sure.
need the chill.
That's
We need
that's
to
a for sure.
chill. Yeah.
Are we the most obese country in the world? I think so, right? I mean, I would imagine so.
We're up there. If we're not number 1, we're in the top 5.
I gotta look that up. I'm looking it up right now.
Are you gonna? All right, cool.
I'm gonna whip this
I'm
up real
curious.
quick on the Google machine. What's the most
I'd say
obese
down-
country?
I'd say down on the bottom, we'd have to obviously you think about third world countries where it's super poor and underdeveloped.
I
And
think
stuff
that
like that.
that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Mm.
You know, like a third world country, there's no way they're going to be obese. They don't have food.
Yeah. I think it's a toss up between us and Canada.
Wow. Canada
Uh-oh.
catching a stray.
Hot off the presses, yeah.
No. I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten it yet. I was surprised that you think Canada. Canada catching a stray real quick.
We have Canadian fans. It's okay. We love them.
Oh no, we definitely love those fat bastards.
Oh yeah. We know
Okay.
what it's all about.
So here's the AI overview. I'm going to give you the AI overview, and then I'm going to actually click on the World Obesity Federation, which I believe is probably a little more trustworthy. The AI says the country with the highest rate of obesity. Okay, so I'm going to let you guess. It's not the United States, and it's not Canada. Okay.
Okay.
The country. You're not going to get this, so I'll tell you. It starts with the letter T. And they have a 71.7% obesity rate. 71.7% of their population is obese. Chris, 71%.
That's
A lot.
right.
Like that's
right.
There's no way we're close to that. There's no way we're close to that. I have 3 answers right here in the AI, and then I'll click further, but if you can give me the first that starts with a T, the second that starts with an N, which I've never heard of before, and the third one, which starts with a C, I guess. So there's 71.7%, 69.9, nice, and 68.9, almost nice. But yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna get cracking on the one that begins with an N.
Oh. You're never going to get that, dude. I've never heard of this word before in my life. You'll never get it in a million years. You have to say words that you don't think are words. You have to say words that you don't think are words.
I was going to say Nairobi, but if it's not, I know you know Nairobi,
I do.
And that's probably not even a country.
No, it is a country. You got that right. As a good job by you, but it's not the answer. And I'm telling you, if you were to say this name, I'll give you my car. Because I've never heard of this place in my life. I've never heard of it.
Really?
If you say it, it's because you said a word you've never said before.
Oh man, now I want to hear it. What is it?
Okay, so third place, according to the AI, is the Cook Islands. The Cook Islands with 68.9%. Okay.
Where are they?
Don't know. Second place, Nauru. Nauru. Nauru with 69.9%. Nauru. I've never heard of that before. I didn't know that was a country. And like I said, I've never even said that word. I might not even be saying it right. But the number one country, according to the AI, with 71.7% is Tonga. Tonga.
I've heard of that.
I've heard of
that.
I've heard of it.
Tonga.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but there's no way in a million years.
Where it is.
It's probably, I think it's in like the Polynesian, like the South Pacific type deal. I think that's where that country is. I'm not sure though, but apparently Tonga. But I mean, if you think about what, like the image that Tonga brings to mind to me is like a big giant Samoan guy. You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say like a warrior almost.
Yeah, like a big, that's what it
or a rugby
makes.
player.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think of like a big Samoan, like you said, like a guy with like a spear who's got body paint on or some sort of crazy tattoo like The Rock has. You know what I mean? But let me check the World Obesity Federation.org. This seems like a reputable source. Okay. So I have the top, we'll say 15 countries here with the percent obesity. Okay, and it seems as though I was correct. Tonga is part of American Samoa. So it is a big Samoan dude. You know, so Samoans are the most obese. Second, as we said, is Nauru, Nauru. Don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now the third place on this one says Tokelau, 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 and then it's the Cook Islands. Like, they're pretty much neck and neck. So we got Samoa, Nauru, the Cook Islands, and Tokelau. Okay, what number is the United States? What rank?
I'm gonna say 8.
That's close. Samoa is 8. Samoa. So
Okay.
so here we go. I actually have I'm looking a little deeper into this. The worldobesity.org gives us this top 5, which I or top 10 or whatever. So American Samoa is 1, like I said. Nauru is 2. Tokelau is 3. The Cook Islands are 4 in this one. Number 5 is a place called Niue, Niue. Niue.
Okay. Huh.
And then 6 is Tonga. Okay, we mentioned Tonga already. So right in that area, the Samoan area. 7 is Tuvalu, which it looks like it's in the Australia area.
Sounds like a good vacation destination just
by
the name of it.
All these sound like great vacation destinations. If the people there are fat and it's like a nice warm place,
oh yeah,
that's what we want. That's what we want.
Sure.
I'll look like a movie star in there. So number 8 is Samoa. Okay, not American Samoa, but regular Samoa. Number 9, French Polynesia. So we've got all these like Southeast Asia, islands where all these Samoan type people are, and blah 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 blah. From 1 through 9, basically. American Samoa, Nauru, Tokelau, Cook Islands, Niue, Tonga, Tuvalu, Samoa, French Polynesia is number 9, and the United States is number 10.
Oh man, I was gonna say 10, but I'm like, let me pull it back. But like most of the places, like you just said, are basically like islands. So I would say you would think that not their main, but one of their main sources of food would be fish. How are they so large?
Lots and lots of fish. But they probably have, they have the fish, they have a lot of fruit and stuff like that, but I guess it's a quantity thing. I honestly don't know, but maybe it also could be a lifestyle thing. Maybe they just are more sedentary people. Maybe they don't do a lot of the activity that we do. I don't know. I'm really just talking on my ass here, but yeah, we're the first country on the list that's not like a random tiny little island someplace. And then the next number 11 is Qatar, which is in Middle East.
It's in Middle East.
And you got the Bahamas, you got Palau, Federated States of Micronesia. I mean, it's mostly these little tiny islands all over the place, and then United States sitting there. 41.
We're just sitting there right in the middle.
Yep, 40, but fat bastards, like these fat lazy bastards.
Yeah, we got some fat bastards here.
Yeah, we probably lead the world in fat bastards. That's one of our main exports, probably.
But yeah, for sure. That and McDonald's.
We're a world leader in fat bastards. Yeah, and you're probably right. It probably does have a lot to do with the McDonald's. Yikes! Yeah. That's not a good look, United States. We got to get a little more fit. We got to get a little more fit.
Speaking of, I got my ass back in the gym, moving around again, which is good. As you know, I took some time off. I took a couple months off, and went back yesterday, and I did basically like a little more than 2 full classes, which was cool.
What kind of classes?
I'll tell you what, dude. Boxing.
Okay.
Just conditioning. There's a lot of like bag work, jump rope, push-ups, sit-ups, all the fun stuff. But I tell you what, you never think about it, but just doing a rhythm punch for 3 straight minutes without stopping, just punching the air. Yeah. Oh my God, my shoulders are on fire, man.
Yeah, people don't realize how like physically taxing boxing is. Like if you watch 2 guys get in a ring and they step to the bell dings and they get in there, if you spend 30 seconds punching your fullest with somebody, you're gassed in 30 seconds. Like it's people, you're 100% right, and that deserves to be sort of like restated, is that people don't realize just how physically taxing it is to be able to just do the act of punching for an extended period of time. Yeah. It is so ridiculously taxing, and you can gas yourself out so fast. That's why like celebrity boxing matches are good for like the first 10 seconds, and then it's just a bunch of dudes bumping into each other,
Exactly.
It deteriorates quickly.
It was an honor. It so does. It goes downhill real quick. It was an honor, and it was so fun to be part of those few celebrity comedy matches that I was in Vegas. It was really fun, and Texas.
Yeah, I mean,
It was.
for the goof of it, for the fun of it, I definitely can see that. But yeah, anybody who has anything negative to say should just step into a ring for 1 minute, just for
Yeah,
1 minute.
It's not easy, and like I never been a gym rat. I don't like going to the. I mean, I don't mind going to the gym, but I don't like. For me, especially like lifting weight is very boring. I don't get any. I mean, it's not for me.
Right.
So like these classes, it's either either small groups or one on one with the coach. I feel like I just get more, and I feel it in my body more like the next day, and even while I'm doing it, like I just feel like I actually got more of a workout than I would have on my own.
And this is Killer Bees?
Yeah,
Nice.
sure is.
Nice.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I know
cool.
that the next logical question that I'm sure people who are watching have in their mind is, are you intending to have some more fights in not the near future? Obviously, like you have a lot of working out to do to get back into shape and stuff like this. But is your goal to get back in the ring again?
Yes.
Good deal. Now
Yes.
let me ask you this question, because the next obvious
for it.
question, I'm sorry to cut you off, is this? I mean, can we sort of tease to our audience right here a rematch, a rescheduling of the Shuddy Boy fight? Maybe the end of 25, somewhere later, 2025 type deal. Like, are you, how much of a goal or a priority is it to deliver the Shuddy fight to the people?
That will forever live rent free in my head. So it is high on the priority list to give that to the people because they clearly wanted it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
I don't think he wants it. I don't think he wants it.
So all right. So if for anybody who doesn't know the story of this, essentially what happened is Shuddy Boy from the Mad Scientist Party Hour started working out in a boxing gym. He really kind of like dove into the whole world of boxing and he fell in love with it. And so what he did was he like kind of he looked through his contact list and saw and tried to figure out, does he know anybody who also boxes, anybody who also is in the fight game? Because it would be a lot of fun to put together a fight. And so he reached out to Chris. Hey, Chris, would you be interested in, doing a little one-on-one action? And Chris accepted, and then both of the guys started working out and started training for this fight. Unfortunately, there was a couple of personal things that happened that affected Shuddy. And then, of course, Chris got sick too, so it wasn't just a one-sided thing. Chris got pretty sick with COVID. He wasn't able to train. Shuddy had some personal things go on in his life, so he wasn't able to train. So we had to call off the fight. But in the meantime, or in that interim, our audience became very interested, very invested in this Chris versus Shuddy fight. Hey, Chris, turn your camera a little bit more so that you're a little more centered in the frame. Can you do that? I want you, a little bit more, same direction, a little bit more. Very good, love it. That's good. Yeah, thank you. You were sort of cheating off the side of the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, our audience was definitely looking forward to this fight. I was definitely looking forward to this fight personally. I know Chris. I know Chris was. So back to the original start of this question. You don't think even after all the personal issues get washed under the bridge, even after you're back and you're well and you're better, you feel as though the reality hit Shuddy too hard, and he might not want to pursue this idea again. Is that? I mean, that's kind of where you're at, right? You just think Shuddy is just not into it anymore. He realized maybe I bit off more than I can chew, and now he's just going to kind of let it fall away.
I don't want to say that, because then I feel like that kind of makes me sound like oh well, this was just gonna be a give me fight anyway. Like I'm gonna fuck him up. He and which is good for him. He just got a big promotion where he works. So I believe he's technically a corporate guy now.
Uh-oh.
So
So he can't get his face
I
sucked
don't
in?
know if he's gonna have the time. Yeah, that too. And I don't know that he has the time anymore because he's running so many stores and doing that thing. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna look right in the camera. This right here is an official rematch call out. Shuddy boy, if you can make this work, I want to fight you. Let's do it. The people want it.
That's right. So there it is. Yeah, I'll clip.
Let's do it.
I'll
Let's
clip
go.
this. I'll clip this. I'll put it out there. We'll tag Shuddy. Hey, buddy, remember us? Remember us? What's good? Hey, what's good, pal?
Remember this?
Yeah.
Remember this? I know you wanted this. Come get it.
Nice. Yep. That's a promo. That's a promo. Clip that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
go ahead.
whether it works out with him and I or not, I told Brian that I want to have a real fight. Whether it's not going to be in a month or two. I told him time frame. I would like to have a fight in 2025, and I think that's feasible.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's April right now. How many months? Like, what would be the soonest? What do you think? Like 6 months of training? Is that reasonable, or do you need more?
Or 4 to 6
6
months, I would say.
So April, May, June, July, August,
Yeah.
September, October. So yeah, in the fall, late fall, you can get in the ring. That's legit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if I keep training the way I'm training, I'm definitely gonna be. I'm already in. I can honestly say the best shape I've been in my adult life, which I'm
Right
happy
now?
about. But it's only. Yeah, dude. I'm walking around at like 182 pounds. Like, yeah, my back hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I got to deal with that for the rest of my life. But, dude, I've always been like a skinny fat person, like super tall, like I am, but I always had a gut and boobs. And I had these skinny pencil arms and pencil legs. And I finally lost all the weight. And yeah, dude, I can actually feel it walking around. It's great.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah. And it makes me feel good for being a 45-year-old man, I know that's not old in these days, but still,
You know,
100
in
years
the
ago, if
12
you
in
lived
the
45,
1200s, in the 1200s, you'd be a great grandfather.
yeah, dude. They'd be like, dude, he's a witch. Yeah. It feels so good to be back at it.
I
It
hope
really
that
does.
I mean I hope that you continue with it. I hope that you don't get any other roadblocks or speed bumps in your training. You know what I mean? Like, it was because I know how excited you were for the Shuddy fight, and so hopefully you get an actual chance to follow through on one of those. Even if it's not Shuddy, it will still be fun. But yeah,
exactly. And I was working so hard. I really was.
Yeah.
I was making improvements. I had a game plan, and just being sick. I was sick for a while too. That sucked.
Yeah, you were like a
It was
month.
like I'd feel better, and then I'm sick again for another week. Like, God damn it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Couldn't catch a break. It was a rough winter though.
In general,
not snow. It was cold.
I would say that you probably had better winters than this one in your life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Woo!
nice.
Yeah. All right. So, I think that we should mess with Anthony a little bit.
All right,
This
go
little
ahead.
Public display of fun.
There's a strong probability he'll watch this episode. It's not a definite, but he probably will.
Uh-huh.
Just for your information, in case you want to, So what do you mean when you
We
say
should come up.
mess with him?
I think we should come up with like a fun segment, like Clouded Court. we like we gotta put each other on trial for certain things.
The
I think
Anthony needs to go on trial for having children that he loves. How dare you?
For not knowing. Wait, what was it? For not knowing his schedule. He's got to go on. For not knowing his availability.
This guy doesn't. This guy is not in charge of his schedule by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh,
He's got
I know.
several managers that he has, several layers of management that Anthony needs to go through for his schedule. He's got 2 young girls. They both play softball. Yeah. 2 girls, they both play softball on separate teams. He's doing here, there, and everywhere. He's essentially involved in the coaching for the girls and stuff like that. And, man, yeah, Anthony's got 3 full-time jobs.
Yeah. I was just going to say, and he's got a full-time job on top of that. Like,
yep.
God bless him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Better than me. I'm too selfish. I'm too selfish to have kids. Fuck that. Me first.
Same.
Me first. Talking about.
That's right. Me.
That's right. Number 1, I'm too selfish to have kids, and number 2, I'm way too irresponsible to have kids. What are we talking about here? I'm lucky I bathe myself every day. Talking about.
That's
eat
one
meals?
thing I'm good at. I'm good at bathing myself. Oh yeah, forget about it.
Meals? What are we
Forget about
talking
it.
about here? I got editing to do. Eat meals. What do you mean you're hungry? Get out of here.
Go in the kitchen.
You got to go to the bathroom, go outside.
Yeah, exactly. Dig a hole.
Need to go for a walk?
Go in the bush.
Yeah, no. I think I would make a good dad, but I definitely never reached that point in my life where I was like, yes, now I'm ready for this. Now I'm good. I can handle this responsibility. I mean, I'm good with responsibility. Obviously, I'm making a joke and stuff like that, but yeah, man, like, I'm just too selfish for that. Me first. My toys. The toys are mine. Give them to me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to share. Mine.
I make a really good uncle. Like, I'm the ideal uncle. I come in, I have fun. We have a good time. Maybe a gift. Maybe a trip to the movies or the store or something like that. And then peace. See you later.
Yeah.
You want to stay up late?
I miss hanging
I'm your
out
guy.
with my nephews. Hell yeah! You want to get all the sugar you want?
I'm the guy.
Whatever you want.
Yep. I'm the guy for that.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Yep.
I used to load my nephews up with sugar, hanging out with them, like babysitting them and stuff. And then, there you go, sis.
Peace.
Gotta go.
Yeah, but that's what being an uncle is all about, though. I think that every kid kind of needs one of those adults in their life that they know is fun, that they don't have to be nervous around or afraid of, or they feel pressure around or anything like that. They can just they can just be themselves and have a little bit of fun. I try to be that person while still being a good role model and stuff like that. I'm not irresponsible around the kids. I'm not doing stuff I shouldn't do, but it's also nice for them to see that, like, adults aren't scary. You know what I mean? That adults, they're normal, and they treat kids normal, so they can be more comfortable.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, be more comfortable. I would love to have my niece and nephew on this show. That would be a lot of fun. I think
that would be fun.
I've talked about it before. Yeah, I've talked about it before, where we got to get like a game where Chris competes against little kids. You know what I mean? Like, remember when we did? Oh wait, we didn't do it. It was Anthony and I for Interesting Situation. I don't know if you ever saw these episodes, but we did some interesting situations where Anthony played games against little children. Like, he played Guess Who against a little kid. He played Apples to Apples against a little kid, and he lost. he definitely lost a couple of them, but I mean, yeah, I would love to put you against my nephew Dean in some stuff. That would be like straight up comedy. Dean's hilarious.
Oh, what's gonna be even funnier is if, like, I win and we're playing like a board game and I, like, smack the board out of it. I'm like, get your face, boy.
Yeah, trash talking an 8-year-old. Get out of here.
Go.
That's right.
You'd be like, Uncle Dave, who is this freak?
Take me away. Oh, so speaking of my
exactly.
speaking of my nephews and my niece and stuff, or my one nephew and niece. So last week I took them to go see the Minecraft movie with Jack Black and Jason Momoa and stuff, and like, it's pretty much a dumb movie. Like I don't know anything about Minecraft, so it was one of those situations where like I'm sitting with the kids and they had to explain the jokes to me, like they're like, well, this is that guy and this is, they're like pointing like this guy right here, da 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 da, this does this and this does that. Like they're telling me about like the chicken jockey and all this other stuff, and do you know why this happened? Because of da 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 da. Like they're telling me all the Easter eggs that they saw in the movie, and I'm just like, okay. So at my job last night,
that's cute.
At my job last night, somebody picked up a Minecraft collector's card box. So we ripped a Minecraft box on the stream. For people who don't know, I work at a sports collectibles company, a card collectibles company now, and we do like pack rips and stuff like that on live stream. So
so sick.
It's fun.
So sick.
It's like I can't believe that it's like a real job that people do. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I talk about sports all day. We rip open card packs, autographs, and game worn jersey patches and all this good stuff. And so we ripped open the Minecraft box, and there was like some numbered cards in the some really cool cards. But they had the one card everybody chases in the Minecraft is the chicken jockey. I don't know if you saw the commercial, like the trailer on TV for the Minecraft movie where they have the chicken jockey, or the guy, they're in the boxing ring and the chicken's sitting there and then the little zombie falls on the chain. He's like, chicken jockey. It's one of those, it's one of those things where it's like one of the, I don't know if it was like an inside joke or whatever, but it was one of the things where the kids were like, oh my God, because I guess it's a rare thing to see in the game or something like that, the chicken jockey. Okay. We pulled a chicken jockey card last night out of the pack. Yeah, it was a base card. It wasn't like a numbered one, so it wasn't one of the top ones, but still pretty rare. So we pulled a chicken jockey card last night, and the guy was the guy who.
It's sick.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
You gotta love pulling rares.
Yeah.
Pulling rares is fun, man.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a pretty good day. We pulled a lot of really cool stuff. There was a bunch of autographs, like I said, a bunch of the game worn patches and stuff like this. I ripped my first pack the other day. Usually, it takes a while before you get on and start ripping on stream, but one of the people who was in the chat room was like, "Oh, I want the new guy to rip it. I want the new guy to rip it." So I got on and I was able to pull the pack. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it's that's awesome. It's a very random job. Like when I read the listing on Indeed, I was like, this is interesting. Let me check this out. But they brought me in. They offered me the position. And so, yeah, man, so I just talk football cards, mostly football cards all day. But every now and again, we do a Minecraft, some Minecraft chicken jockey.
You're probably going to open up some of the coolest stuff ever.
Yeah.
Especially like if you guys like open up like Pokemon cards, because I feel like those are still like super hot shit.
That's one thing that we don't do. That at least I haven't seen. I haven't seen any Pokemon in the office. I haven't seen any anything like that. It's mostly sports. There's Minecraft. There's these things called currency cards, which is pretty interesting if you're into that sort of thing. Like you buy the card pack, and inside the card pack there could be like the rares that you would pull, like the top cards that you would pull, are like redemption cards. So you could get a card and you redeem it for like Bitcoin or Ethereum or like there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Doge. So it's not every pack, obviously, but if you get one of the hits, you can redeem it for like however much Bitcoin or however much Ether or whatever the case may be. So those are pretty cool. Okay. I haven't seen anybody rip one of those yet, but they're interesting. Like I was tempted to buy one for myself and just rip it on the stream, just to see what's in there. You know what I mean? But yeah, baseball, basketball, football, hockey.
I've always wanted to buy a mystery box of cards, and just to see. Like I know nothing about it,
right? But
I think it would be cool to open up and see like one of those jersey cards or a cool autograph.
Yeah, and what I learned though, I mean, for example, you could purchase a pack like that from my company, and then rip it on we could rip it on the show. You know what I mean? And but basically, like, what happens is you buy the pack, but because depending on what's still out there, depending on what hasn't been ripped yet, hasn't been found in the pack, the pack itself could cost a couple $1,000s. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
this pack, I was watching there's a podcast I watch. It's Barstool Sports. Everybody knows Barstool. There's a guy on Barstool called Big Cat, and he wanted to try to rip some packs. So he bought 3 cases of Topps cards, like basketball or whatever cards, right? And the card packs themselves cost him like $7,000. So yes, he hit like a Michael Jordan rookie card and like a Charles Barkley rookie card. So he got some hits in there, which paid for his pack essentially. But just to buy the packs because of what might be in there, that's where you're paying
It's like playing the lotto.
the big bucks, right? And like let's say they make 100 packs, 100 cases, 100 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
As more boxes get opened and the cards still don't get found, the price of those boxes goes up and up and up and up. You know what I mean? So like if there's a set of cards where, okay, there's still this Michael Jordan rookie card floating out there, every box that still hasn't been opened yet, the price just keeps going up and up and up. So we do have some boxes in there of these different products. Some of them are pretty high-end products where the case, they call it a case hit, hasn't come out yet. So these boxes are like $4,000, $5,000 just for the box because you might get a $10,000 card or whatever. It's very interesting.
Yeah, you might.
But
You might.
What I'll do is like going forward. Now that you mentioned that, I'll keep my eye out and I'll keep my ear out for like a good deal where I could say, okay, well, if we pick up this box for maybe a couple $100 or whatever, it could be a hit, and then we could do it on the show. But I'll keep an eye out and see if maybe there's an opportunity for us to get in on something like that at a reasonable price point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't collect cards. I don't do any of that stuff. Like that's not what I'm into.
Yeah.
So I'm learning it as I go. So like I still don't know like what's valuable, what is it that we're trying to get in this pack? Like we're opening this, but what are we hoping for? I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm learning all that stuff as we go. Yeah. But if I can get if I can get something that we could open on the show, believe me, I will. I'll keep my eye out and I'll let you know.
Fun.
Maybe we'll do some stuff like that.
That's fun.
The other thing I'm thinking about doing, if Anthony watches this, it'll ruin the surprise. But like my buddy Anthony, my buddy Danny, my buddy John, who we all play fantasy football together, what I'm considering.
Anthony, turn this off right now.
Yeah, stop listening right now.
5 minutes.
Right.
Skip 5 minutes.
I'm thinking about like because we all play in a dynasty league together. So like in the dynasty league, the guys that are on your team stay on your team. So it's like if you have a guy in a dynasty league, he could be on your team for the rest of his career. So like what I think what I thought might be fun would be to find a good card for each of them for one guy who's on their dynasty team, so that they can have like you know what I mean? Like you got this guy, this guy's, for example, like Anthony has a guy named Brian Thomas Jr. on his dynasty team, and I suspect that he'll have him on his team for many years because he's a really good young player. So if I could find like a Brian Thomas Jr. card for Anthony, I'm going to keep my eye out to see if I can get like a little fun gift for each one of the guys of a card of a guy who's on their dynasty team. So we'll see.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it'll be
super cool, and like
it's fun, it's cute. You know what I mean? It's not for anything.
Awful, yeah, it's a thoughtful gift.
Right. Nobody's getting rich off these things. It's just like I know this is your guy and this is your guy in Dynasty. Now it's your guy, and here you go. So we'll see if I can do that.
Sick.
But
do you remember in the when we were in the studio, did I ever show you those baseball card packs that I had?
Yes, and I actually still believe. Speaking of which, I have some of your cards still. I have your Mickey Mantle. I have your Johnny Bench. I have the ones that you brought in that were like potentially good. I have them in my house. I have them. They're all set aside. Because we were thinking about trying to get them graded. I never followed through on that, and that's my bad. I shouldn't say never. I haven't followed up on it yet. I have not forgotten about them though, because I have them in my house, like right in a place I see every day. So like they're not lost. They're just sitting right there. But
yeah.
I want to try and get at least the Mickey Mantle needs to get graded. There's a couple of them that have some value. Nothing like you're not going to get rich off of them, but
no.
But they definitely have value. You have a Johnny Bench. You have a Mickey Mantle. There's a couple of other ones in there.
I remember taking like an entire wax box sealed, and it was like from like the 1980s. It was a baseball card box to a store, and I was like, "Hey man, like I know nothing about this stuff. Like, is there any value here?" And the guy looked at me. He's like, "Absolutely not." He's like,
But I'll buy it for you
Back
from
then,
you.
he wouldn't even buy it. Like
Oh.
he wouldn't even I wasn't there to sell it. I was really there more to ask questions.
Mhm.
Obviously, if he was like, "Dude, I'll give you like $5,000 for it," I'd be like, "There you go."
Of course. Yeah, fuck that.
But he's like, "Yeah, back then they mass produced them like too much, so like there's a lot of every card, so there's really no value here." I was like, "All right, cool, thanks."
Yeah, I mean, most of those, the majority of cards are worthless. And even like, for example, the Mickey Mantle that I have of yours is certainly valuable, but there's different varieties of that exact card. There's that exact card which have his name written in a different color. There's that exact card which has like a different, like that card itself. There's however many of them that ever got made, but not every single card is perfectly printed on the thing. Like sometimes they're just slightly off center or something like that, or they're a little bit crooked as far as where it's cut. Depending on those little nuances, that's how they grade it. And then your Mickey Mantle card, if you look very closely at it, it was not always in a plastic. It was not always in a one-touch case. It was
not. Yeah.
It was clearly out at some point, just loose, because you can see that the edges are a little bit bumped. They're a little bit bent a little bit. You know what I mean? So that stuff counts against it too. So like it's not a mint condition card. It's not like immaculate, but it could still get rated probably pretty highly, or at least somewhat valuable. But we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to have a graded card on the show.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But I don't know how much that costs.
Hang it up.
So do you. Cover up that cover up that cursed painting.
I know. I gotta get rid of that thing.
It's spooky.
I think it's hysterical, but sometimes I look at it and I'm like, am I really a narcissist, man?
No, that's that. If you were a narcissist, that's not the picture you would put. You know what I mean? Like it would be like you shirtless. You know what I mean? Like on a rock with a wave hitting, and like spraying up in the air. Or you got like a mermaid, a sword over your shoulder, and there's like a woman at your leg,
And a wolf.
And a wolf, right?
Gotta have a wolf.
Yeah. And there's 80s hair metal playing in the background.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! Sick guitar solo.
Yep. Shredding. So it's the end. Man. It's the end of April, bro. May is right around the corner, which means
summer's right around the corner.
Exactly. We got to do. You know what we'll do this summer? We'll do an outdoor show. We'll do a show outdoors at some point somewhere. We can definitely make that happen. So we'll do an outdoor show.
I can probably get a location easily. We'll talk off recording about that, but I think I have a potential location.
I like it.
Thinking about.
I like it.
Yeah.
I might be able to. I'm gonna shake some trees too and see what falls out. I had an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point now where if you don't ask, you don't know. And the worst I could say is no.
That's what, dude. You know me. I'm not afraid to ask. Like that's how I do. But maybe we could combine an outdoor show with my niece and nephew show. Like have you and Anthony compete against Veronica and Dean in some sort of game. That would be fun.
Oh man! Oh my God! Remember when we were kids and we did the what was the name of it? Field Day? Remember Field Day.
Field Day was the best. Yeah,
dude, I loved it. I always just got a participation trophy, but whatever.
Blue ribbons, blue ribbon, blue ribbon, blue ribbon, blue ribbon, blue ribbon. Field Day was my bitch. I fucking owned, bro. I owned Field Day at St. Philip's.
Shout out
St. Philip's in Clifton, New Jersey. I fucking owned Field Day. Field Day, they renamed it to Dave Day because I fucking got so many blue ribbons that they had to shut it down. They had a marathon. You had to run all the way around the entire school. I fucking cooked fools. Cooked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the mile race. That was more the president's physical fitness test. Do they still do that by chance?
That
the
I don't know.
president's physical fitness.
I don't know the answer to that.
I feel like they're not allowed to in 2025. Body shaming, body positivity. If you want to be fat, you're allowed to be fat. It doesn't matter if you're not required to do 12 push-ups anymore at the age of 9.
Really?
That's what I remember specifically. They're like,
some
all right,
sort of fitness.
You're this age. You're supposed to do 10 pull-ups,
right?
And I'd be like, oh, I can do like 3.
The biggest bullshit. The biggest bullshit with that is that they used to let the girls do a flexed arm hang, and they just had to hang there. That's bullshit, man. I could hang there all day.
And then the push-ups on the knees. Come on, dude. It's not push-up. It's not push-up.
That's bullshit.
It's not push-up. Do better.
But yeah, I bet you they probably still do physical fitness, but they don't call it. I bet you they don't call it the president's physical fitness test because there's nothing about our president that's physically fit at all. There's no chance they call it the presidential physical fitness test. The presidential physical fitness test is how many Big Macs can you eat in one sitting. That's the presidential physical fitness test.
How many do you think you can eat in one sitting?
How many Big Macs and Diet Cokes can you drink or eat in one sitting? My answer is 0. I tried the Big Mac when we did the McDonald's thing, and I did not like it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. You're a quarter pounder guy.
Big quarter pounder guy. Yep. You can give me the double quarter pounder, but get that Big Mac out of my face. Not for me.
Yeah, I saw a video. This kid, he ate McDonald's every hour for 24 hours.
Why?
He just went to the drive-thru every hour and bought like a food item every hour for 24 hours. It was insane. Yeah. So crazy.
Sounds gross. That the next day must have been a disaster. His bathroom the next day must have been an absolute just war zone.
Yeah. For the next 3 days.
Probably.
Did you put that much poison in your body? Christ.
Yeah, that's true.
I did. It's been a long time since I had McDonald's, and there was a time in my life where I would eat that like 4 times a week. I would just be going to McDonald's, like whatever.
You said it before. You used to be fat with boobs.
Yeah,
that's how you get. That's how you get fat with boobs as a skinny tall guy. You eat McDonald's 4 times a week.
Don't do it.
I'll tell you what,
and
though.
Then plus, I was drinking.
Those French fries are elite. The McDonald's French fries are the best French fries available. They are the best French fries available.
I back that.
There's no. I mean, the burgers are trash. Whatever. Like the food is mid at best, but the French fries at McDonald's are the elite of the elite. Like it's one of the best fast food items you can purchase anywhere in the world. Best French fries.
Power rank your top 5 French fries. So we know McDonald's is number 1.
McDonald's is number 1. We're gonna put Chick-fil-A waffle fries as number 2. We're gonna put
good shout.
Wendy's French fries as number 3.
There's one I'm hoping you put on this list.
We're gonna put Burger Kings are trash. Roy Rogers is not very popular, but they have a good French fry. I'm gonna put them at number 4.
Whoa!
The holster, the French fry, the holster of French fries, bro. That's some good shit. And then the number 5 French fry. I don't know. I think all I have for you is 4. What do you got?
Okay, so the one I was hoping that you were gonna put on there, and you may not agree with me, but I enjoy the Checkers fries.
No, like a seasoned fry. I don't like the seasoned fries.
Yeah. Every now and then
it's the curly ones, right?
Fuck with Checkers.
The curly fries.
No, they had Arby's has the curlies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not a seasoned fry guy. Never was a seasoned fry guy. And then like
Yeah,
Yeah,
check.
Burger King fries are trash. Trash.
Yeah, I feel like they changed them like 20 years ago. They used to be good
Yeah.
when we were kids,
Yep.
but dude, ugh,
Yeah.
ugh.
Burger King stuff used to be much better when we were younger. You know whose stuff fell off the worst though? Is Wendy's. Wendy's is when nobody fell off harder or farther than when Dave Thomas died. Wendy's burgers are inedible now. You can't even eat them. They're so fucking disgusting. The beef that they use is a joke. It used to be bar none, hands down, the best burger you could buy would be
it was quality.
It was phenomenal. Like when I was in college, we had a Wendy's, and I went to Rutgers. I don't know if it's still there, but there was a Wendy's in the student center, and you could use your Night Express card, like your on campus debit card for the Wendy's. I had Wendy's probably once a day for my entire college career. It was like the best after drinking. Like the day after drinking, you'd go and get a nice big greasy cheeseburger. It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
That at that time, Wendy's was the best fast food restaurant on the planet. But after Dave Thomas died, they started using different beef, which is disgusting, and then just everything else fell right off. And so now, like, the only thing I'll eat at Wendy's is the chicken sandwich, like the spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I won't eat a burger at Wendy's anymore. They're inedible. It's disgusting.
Even the Frosties don't even taste the same. Maybe it's my palate that changed, but like they were so much better when we were kids.
I believe it. I was never a big Frosty guy, but I completely believe everything you're saying because, you know, if the other food is any indication, then I'm sure like the Frosties had to fall off. The whole thing, man. They had a good thing going, and then Dave Thomas died, and R.I.P. Dave Thomas. They're not.
Shout out.
They're not respecting your name anymore, man. You've been forgotten.
Let's pour some out for Dave Thomas.
pour out some Frosty for Dave Thomas.
Exactly. I used to fuck with their chili when I was younger. Their chili was delicious, and they used to have those garlic breadsticks. Come on.
The value menu was elite. The value menu at Wendy's was elite. We did that. That was another thing.
It was the best.
In college, there was 11 items on the dollar menu, and they were actually $1. And so we would go.
They were all $1.
We would order one of every single item off the value menu, and then bring it back, and then race to see who could finish the entire value menu first. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, that was a good time. But you can't do that anymore because the fucking food is disgusting.
Yeah, it is. But I still want to do that challenge that you brought up.
The Doug.
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, Doug.
Yeah, the Doug challenge. That could be fun. We do need a fourth person. We definitely need a fourth person. That's the right way to do it. But yeah, 1 drink place, 2 dessert places, and you got to do, what was it, 15 or whatever? 15 places? Something like that. I'll double check it.
It was a wild number. It was a wild number.
12 or 15 places. But yeah, that's definitely something we could do. Like I would recommend from the places that I know, like we could take a ride down Route 37 and just hit a bunch of them on 37. You probably do the same thing on like Route 35 somewhere or Route 9 up, you know, a little bit further north from here or whatever. So like there's areas like Route 9, for example, would be perfect. We could just drive down Route 9, just hit everything on one side and just hit everything on the other side way back up. And then throw up probably.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna at least force myself to throw that shit up.
Probably, yeah. I got the thing I have to look into, which I'm not sure you can. I don't know if you can stop to go to the bathroom or not. That would be the big thing. Like if you can't use a bathroom, that's a problem. You know, you're gonna get to a limit at some point where you're just like, I can't eat anything else unless I have to take something out to put something in. You need to make room in there.
Yeah, I could have sworn one of the stipulations you said is you had to stay in the vehicle the whole time.
I don't remember.
I could have sworn that.
I don't remember.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm not sure.
And I was going to say, like, we could, I mean, it's our own little experiment. So, I mean, we could skew it, but I'd rather stay true.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to be inside the lines.
Yeah. If it's feasible and we can do it and it allows bathroom breaks, yeah, I'm 100% in. But if we're supposed to be locked in with all those drinks and all that food with no chance of even going pee, I think I'm out. I pee a lot.
Yeah,
I pee a lot. Dude.
I know you do. Everybody who's watching this show right now knows that you do. Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll look into that. That would be the hardest part. But the other thing is, like, I think you should be allowed to use the bathroom because you're using like a public bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. It's not like you get to drive home and use your own the toilet. You still got to go in like a Burger King or like a friggin' whatever. You know what I mean? So that makes it tough. You know, it's like, okay, I can use the bathroom, but do I really want to? You know, like, I'm not.
Yeah,
pooping.
that brings like almost like a punishment element to it.
Yeah, like I can tell you this: I'm never gonna be pooping in a friggin' fast food restaurant. Like, I'm not a big poop in a stall guy.
Never.
You know?
Never.
No.
I do not poop anywhere other than my house.
Yeah,
It's
I try not
a problem.
to. I try not to. It's not a. I mean,
It's a problem.
the thing is, like, I like having wipes, like butt wipes. You know what I mean? Like the wet wipes. I like. It's not that I don't like. I mean, I certainly don't like pooping in public. Like, you know, you can, like, the toilet seat is almost never clean and all this other stuff, and it's just a bad time. But when it, you know, in a pinch, that's I do what I got to do, obviously. But the thing that really, you know, like, if we were able to, okay, if the rules allow us to use the bathroom, I'm going to bring a package of wipes with us in the car. That way I can bring the wipes with me into the bathroom, and then we'll be good to go. In that case, I think we'll be in good shape. You know, maybe we'll bring a package of wipes, a roll of paper towel, and a spray bottle, like a cleaner. So we bring the cleaner into the bathroom with us, clean the toilet,
Absolutely.
wipe it down,
Absolutely.
drop a deuce,
Scrubbing bubbles or something.
wet wipes, and back in the car. Yeah, we'll have to prepare.
A nice smelling candle.
There you
Light
go.
that bitch.
Little spritz of poopery in the bowl.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That stuff really works. You ever
Those
use it?
Yeah, I've used it once or twice, but I've been to like friends' houses.
Yeah,
that
I never had it,
use
but my mom.
regularly.
Yeah, my mom uses it, and I've used it at her place, and it works. It's
It works
shocking.
crazy good.
Yeah.
It works crazy good. Weird. It makes you wonder, like, what all is in that stuff, because
Magic.
that really does. It is. It has to be.
It's just
'Cause
magic.
all the bad smells go away. Like, they don't exist.
Yeah.
You just smell nice stuff.
Puri.
Exactly. And that's our segment on poop.
There you go. Thank you very much. And that's as good a place to wrap it up, Chris, as there has ever been. That's as good a place to wrap it up as we've ever seen.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Guys, thank you so much. As always, check us out every week right here on YouTube, youtube.com/the Two Clouded Mind Show. If you don't really feel like watching, you just want to listen, we're everywhere that podcasts live on the audio side, like, you know, Spotify and shit like that. We live all over social media at Two Clouded Minds. If you want to stalk us individually, I'm at Chris_is_not_funny on Instagram.
DC in the City on all social media. And yeah, man, it's been a time. It's been a time.
It has been, and I was actually waiting for you to say something funny, like, and
Anthony, thanks
Anthony?
for not showing up. Yeah, no, well, that's why I ended up just kind of like trailing off there, because I was like, my autopilot was going to say, Anthony, thanks for hanging out, and Anthony's not hanging out. So, Anthony, thanks for coaching softball.
yeah, you're killing
Send
it, dude.
Send them.
Exactly. All right, guys, we love you. Until next time, stay clouded.